Olivia Miles and Sonia Cintron. Prosper being the new addition to that injury list. No timetable yet on when she'll return. Jasmine Powell finds herself wide open and picks up where she left off against Oklahoma.
Well, inserting Powell into the starting lineup for Tennessee could be key. She brings the speed and quickness, and she also is that offensive threat from the three-point line.
Maddie Westbeld driving in. She'll kick back out to Hannah Hidalgo. That's number 3 in that Navy jersey. Puts up the jumper, bounces around, a little drama, but she'll take her first bucket.
There's not much this freshman cannot do, Hannah Hidalgo. We talked about her defense in the open, but offensively, she's no slouch either, averaging 25 points a game.
So Tennessee's starting 5, you mentioned the change. Jasmine Powell coming into the starting lineup. And the putback there by Jewel Spear, the transfer from Wake Forest.
A stat I'm going to keep an eye on for this game with these two teams is on the glass, rebounding wise. Those second chance opportunities, you'll see Spear that just continues to work, doesn't give up on the play and able to get the putback.
Destiny Wells directing traffic. Trying to go inside to Sarah Puckett.
This is the player who's really stepped up with Rakia Jackson being out.
Oh, you bet. The last 4 games, Sarah Puckett is averaging 16 points per game. Those are all games that Rakia Jackson has been unavailable. She'll take the shot at the top of the key with the clock winding down. And it'll stay Tennessee ball.
With practice yesterday, and Kelly Harper kept harping on her team. You got to talk, you got to communicate on both sides of the floor so that everybody's on the same page, because there's a lot of respect that is given to Notre Dame's defense. And it's as important to talk on the offensive end as it is when you're on defense.
Destiny Wells, the transfer from Belmont, pulls it back out, and they'll work it around to Jasmine Powell, who finds herself amongst the trees inside. Wells at the top, they need her to score more. That's what she did at Belmont.
Well, she did it when she played at Belmont against Tennessee. She put up 22 points.
In the tournament right here in this gym. And the response on the other end from Kylie Watson, the transfer from Oregon, a player I know that you love to watch.
I do. She is the blue-collar worker for the Irish and really has to anchor at that 5 spot.
Spear drives in but gets stuck, trying to get it to Hollingshed, and Hannah Hidalgo with a steal. Look, Hidalgo is averaging more steals than 65 Division I teams.
Courtney, most teams have players that average maybe 2 steals a game. Hidalgo averages 6.3. That's just ridiculous.
Let that soak in for a second.
You got to let that marinate.
Tennessee in transition. Sarah Puckett, the feed from Destiny Wells.
And defensively, Tennessee not going to be out in passing lanes. What they want to do is keep their offense in front of them. Not so much that time.
KK Bransford, who's in the starting lineup because Kassan Prosper is out. She finds her way to the bucket. The first foul called on Jewel Spear.
But Sarah Puckett running the floor in transition, that's going to be so key. Every possession they get to get out, run fast instead of having to execute, because at times Notre Dame will switch up their defenses, cause you to think a lot. If you're scoring in transition, you don't have to think so much.
3-point play for KK Bransford. Remember the all-ACC freshman team last year. And here comes the press from Notre Dame.
Now look at what what Notre Dame did is they put Hidalgo back in that press instead of having her up on the ball. Tennessee started 2-point guards concerned about Hidalgo up front. Now she's on the back row.
Why would you put her in the back of the press?
Because she can anticipate those steals and those long passes.
Driving in Destiny Wells, and she'll get herself to the free throw line. It's a first foul against Kylie Watson of Notre Dame. First shot for Wells, no good. Well, an exciting lineup for women's hoops on ESPN tomorrow. First up, we'll see the top-ranked team in the nation, South Carolina taking on number 24, North Carolina at 7 Eastern. Then Virginia Tech and LSU. And Peck, the big news today, Angel Reese is going to make her return in that game.
Just in time, because you remember the Final Four matchup between those two. It was really a battle with Angel Reese and Elizabeth Kitley. But the LSU also had Alexis Moore. She's not back, but Georgia Amore for Virginia Tech is, and she's averaging about 17 points a game.
Yeah, you combine Amore and Kitley, and they give Virginia Tech about 41 points per game. Not a bad duo. Powell dumped it off to Puckett, and she'll pull it back out with 18 seconds on the shot clock.
I really want to see Jillian Hollingshed go to work and command her space in the paint for the Lady Vols.
53 in white. She gets her position, but a little far outside of the paint. And the jumper's no good. It'll be Irish ball. So Hollingshed checks out. Caroline Strickland in for Tennessee. Niele Ivey in her 4th season, leading her alma mater, her 16th year as a coach at Notre Dame, her 21st season with the Fighting Irish program. Of course, she was a great point guard under Muffet McGraw. So we asked her, as Hannah Hidalgo hits that ball, are you a little tougher on your point guards because you played the position? Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I mean, every coach that is a point guard that is coaching says that's the toughest position that they are on. They know the value of having to run a team.
Into the corner for Spear, no. Jasmine Powell skying in for the rebound and a foul's called. It's going to be against Anna DeWolf, her first. Well, not just Niele Ivey, but Kelly Parker coaching at her alma mater. Of course, played under legendary head coach Pat Summitt, was a 3-time national champion.
Yeah, Kelly Harper, she even has at times that stare, that Pat Summitt stare with those blue eyes.
Duckett stepping back, making sure she got all 3.
She did. You see her look down, make sure those toenails were back before Puckett knocked it down.
5 points for Sarah Puckett. Jasmine Powell seeing a lane, being aggressive.
I love Jasmine Powell in the starting lineup. She brings that speed with the basketball, so if the defense doesn't rotate over, she can get to the rack. She's also a willing passer and can shoot the 3.
Hidalgo driving in, it's a no-go. It's going to stay with Notre Dame. So first time out, it's to feel the energy she brings, how Tennessee started this game.
Well, that was a concern for me with Tennessee against Notre Dame and the speed of Hannah Hidalgo. Where was that speed going to start the game? And Kelly Harper made the decision to insert Powell into the starting lineup. I think that was a great decision.
Jasmine Powell, number 15 in white. 5 points already for the Lady Vols. Eight seconds. Jewel Spear coming off the screen from Puckett. Trying to go over Hidalgo, and she traveled.
We talked about Tennessee playing without Rakia Jackson, but Notre Dame playing with not only without, from the starters, Olivia Miles, also Sonia Citron. Those are 2 big parts of the offense for Notre Dame.
And Kassan Prosper, that's a new name that is out. No timetable on her return. But yeah, some key stars missing in this game. So how does this change for Notre Dame specifically with those 3 players out?
Well, Olivia Miles, that's just enough said.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a point guard that can see the whole floor. Sonia Citron is instant offense for Notre Dame. And then Kassan Prosper coming the depth, and she brings length. This is a player that has a wingspan of about 6'6" that can play inside and out.
Hannah Hidalgo trying to get herself another steal. Sarah Puckett fights for it on the ground. Yeah, Olivia Miles, you see her there on the bench. Have not seen her this season. She went down with a knee injury on February 28th against Louisville, and they're not going to rush her back.
No, but it was a good sign to see her out on the court, at least getting some shots up today.
Yeah, we talked to her. She said it's been the hardest thing because she wants more than anything to put on that uniform and go out and play.
But she knows she's got to be patient. Don't want to come back too soon. Notre Dame in this man-to-man defense. The officials, as soon as there's two hands on the ball handler, they're going to whistle that up.
And that's on the freshman Emma Reich out of Melbourne, Florida. So she'll be subbed out. Anna DeWolf checks back in. Tennessee has brought in Tess Darby. They loop her around. She's a shooter, but has been struggling to find her shot.
She came right in off the bench. Darby did, and pulled the trigger. She's got to get warmed up first.
Kaya Wynn brings it back. Puck, it'll swing into Powell in the corner. Marshall from the free throw line, a bit short.
Which team can control pace?
How about the feed from Jasmine Powell to Kaya Wynn?
Powell into the starting lineup has made the biggest difference for the Lady Vols.
Notre Dame won for its last 9 now.
Powell's done a good job of controlling tempo, know when to run and when to set up. As you know, Notre Dame wants to run, and you don't want to make careless passes, turnovers, and allow the Irish to run.
This will be Notre Dame ball foul on Sarah Puckett.
Kai Wynn on the backdoor cut, and it was a terrific delivery by Powell. Just a little drop pass as Wynn cuts for 2.
So Powell will get a breather the final minute 37 of this quarter. Destiny Wells checking back in, along with Jillian Hollingshed for Tennessee. Tess Darby with the steal. Wynn takes to the rack and will go to the free throw line.
The strategy of Kelly Harper defensively on Hannah Hidalgo, so you had Powell on her first, now you've got Kai Wynn. Wynn is a longer guard and really has taken away the vision of passing, and Hidalgo's not really looked for her shot.
Hidalgo 2 for 5, a rebound and assist, 4 points. Talking to Kelly Harper today because obviously it is a huge challenge. How are you going to stop Hannah Hidalgo? They were going to try different things, feel it out, just find ways to crowd her, get in her personal space.
They even worked on rotations because she understands the speed Hidalgo has, and so if the primary defender gets beat, now what's that second line defender supposed to do?
Hidalgo coming off the screen, it won't go.
The Irish are one and done. I mean, that's a no-pass offense right there.
Tennessee on a 9-2 run. They are out-rebounding Notre Dame 13-8.
See Tess Darby, how careful she was. And Kelly Harper talked about pass fakes because she knows Hidalgo is anticipating those lanes.
Hollingshed is stuffed. Back the other way for Notre Dame, up ahead to Hidalgo. DeWolf waiting all by her lonesome. Gets her own rebound. Second chance won't go, a third chance won't go for Notre Dame. 3 good looks at the basket for the Irish, but it won't fall. Neil Ivy's going to send in KK Bransford. Notre Dame 0 for its last 8.
Well, they're only shooting 26% from the floor. This is the style Kelly Harper's got to be pleased with. One and done, not allowing second chance points, affecting the shooting of the Irish.
And Notre Dame only 2 second chance points in the first quarter. Tennessee looking for that last shot. .1 and Wells fouled.
Just going with the isolation. Because of the strength of Destiny Wells, that's what she brings at that point guard spot as a ball handler. She can use muscle to get herself inside the paint. Notre Dame only 11 points in this first quarter.
An almost 4-minute scoring drought for the Irish. It's almost half the quarter. And Hidalgo's prayer won't go. 10 minutes in the books and Tennessee up 19-11.
Before a zero-pass offense where she came down and just shot it. She's got to trust the offense to execute to get the shots that they want.
Again, this is Notre Dame's second big test. They opened up the season against South Carolina, have not played a ranked opponent since then. Held to their second lowest output in a quarter this season. The first was 8 points against South Carolina, and KK Bransford is able to knock down a shot. They went over 4 minutes without a bucket in the first quarter.
Well, Tennessee has done a nice job of taking care of the basketball. Only 3 turnovers in that first quarter.
Yeah, that's against a defense that forces 23.5 per game. Kaya Wynn steps back to the free throw line. Are you surprised to not see Jasmine Powell out there starting this quarter for Tennessee?
Well, with Tennessee in control right now, and Powell played so hard in that first quarter, she's earned a few minutes on the bench to get a rest, Courtney. She needs a blow. You know, she's got to get her hydration in. She'll be back.
Yeah, she was a great spark getting into that starting lineup today. Caroline Strickland. It's my first time seeing Tennessee in person this season, and when I walked in the gym today, you could tell Caroline Strickland, she's gotten stronger, leaner, tougher.
Caroline Strickland is extremely fit, and I like her base of how she posts up. She does her work early in getting her positioning inside.
Jewel Spears, swish.
Okay, the Lady Vols got a little bit of recipe for everything. They got it done inside. They got a little sprinkle from the outside. The offense is clicking for the ladies in orange and white.
Shooting 40% from the field.
Talking about the mixture of how Tennessee is scoring, you've got Caroline Strickland inside, and then Jewel Spear knocking down the 3. The balance for inside out has worked well so far for UT.
Hannah Hidalgo going to the free throw line for Notre Dame. Kaya Wynn drew her first foul. Well, here are the featured matchups for the Jimmy V Women's Classic. First, top-ranked South Carolina takes on Duke at 1 Eastern. This is on Sunday, followed by number 11 UConn against number 10 Texas on ABC. And then number 16 Ohio State will be right here in Knoxville facing this Tennessee Lady Vols team at 5 Eastern on ESPN.
I have loved these games that have gone on in November. I had the pleasure of calling the Stanford-Duke game, and Duke gave Stanford all they could handle. So it'll be interesting to watch them play against South Carolina.
How good is South Carolina?
Oh, man. They are really good, and I don't think anybody expected them to be as good with what they lost from last season, but it's just like Dawn Staley, she said she didn't rebuild. I think it was a renovation because she had talent on the bench to come in that had gotten great experience last year. And that freshman,
Mylasia Fulwally.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She is something special
She's
to
real
watch.
good.
Jasmine Powell is back, Courtney.
I know.
Are you happy about
that?
that?
Oh, you mentioned different freshmen. Well, we've got one in this game. Are these your way too early freshman of the year candidates, Beck?
Well, it's way too early, but all of these freshmen have made their mark at their respective programs. They're averaging over double figures.
Tennessee's got to let it go. And in short, that'll be a shot clock violation. Hannah Hidalgo, the star freshman that we have in this game, she started 2 for 2, but 0 for her last 5.
Well, she is the focus of the Tennessee defense. You look at the size. Kaya Wynn has a long reach, and she's not going to be helping off Hannah Hidalgo.
KK Bransford finishing through traffic.
Now, Bransford is that Swiss Army knife for the Irish. She can play 1 through 4. You'll see her guarding at the top. You'll see her posting up inside. Wherever Niele Ivey needs her, KK Bransford's ready to step up.
She draws the first foul against Jasmine Powell. Bransford missed a couple of games with a lower body injury, but she's been back, and good thing too. Again, moved into the starting lineup today because Kassan Prosper is unavailable.
You see KK has the assignment of guarding Jasmine Powell.
Spear back up top to Puckett. They work it to Powell.
Oh, that was a great scramble by Notre Dame defensively.
And they get themselves a turnover. Hannah Hidalgo up with it. Trying to work around Tess Darby. And Tennessee able to get the stop in transition on a team that loves to run.
They got numbers, and Darby's alone over here in the corner.
Stripling working her way back into the paint.
And Stripling got more and more minutes last season when Tamari Key went out, and you just have watched her grow over the last season.
2 for 3 tonight. And a DeWolf back to Maddie Westfeld.
Woo, missed layups for Notre Dame. That's been a problem. You got a mismatch with DeWolf on Stripling.
This will be Notre Dame basketball.
Caroline Stripling just going to work and using the reverse crafty footwork to finish underneath. And I think her confidence has grown over the last season and a half, and just experience. And I think also not having Rakia Jackson, you know you've got to step up. You can't just stand around and watch a great player play. You got to become a great player.
Kelly Harper talked to us about that, how that's impacted everybody. Not having Rakia on the floor right now. Everybody's having to contribute. They can't just get her the basketball and then let her work. Well, Tennessee up by 8. Mid that too with, they have 4 players that have 5 or more points in this game. So that balanced scoring is still continuing. It stresses a defense.
Well, and that's what makes Tennessee so dangerous, is that any of the players on the floor, they don't run any specific offense to any specific person. Just when your option presents itself, do your job, knock down the shot.
Wells in the double team. They'll work it over to Tess Darby. Take 3. There it is for Tess.
She needed that one. She was hitting shots in practice yesterday. You could see kind of a sigh of relief, and she just needed it to happen when the lights were on, when it was game time.
Yeah, last 4 games, she's only averaged 5 points per game, was shooting 22% from 3. She's known as a great three-point shooter. Natalia Marshall.
Notre Dame has gone into a zone, so it's going to be key that Tess Darby continue to look for a shot to open up the posting up of Strickland underneath.
10 seconds now. Destiny Wells drives in, draws the attention so they can get it to Strickland. Bransford trying to go through some traffic. And again, a one and done for Notre Dame.
And now Notre Dame coming back. Now they've gone to a man-to-man. So switching up, changing up their defense.
Destiny Wells.
Tennessee has been able to. Irish. Yeah, Notre Dame started out 5 of 11 from the floor. They're 4 of 26. And Tennessee's defense has been very, very effective.
What adjustments offensively does Notre Dame need to make?
Well, I think that they're trying to dribble it instead of move the basketball and move bodies.
Hidalgo gets a shot off, but it's short. Marshall trying for the second opportunity. She gets fouled on the third chance.
Well, the other thing Notre Dame needs to do, make layups.
Yes.
When you get that close, you've got to finish or get yourself to the free throw line.
They are 6 for 17 on layups tonight.
Now, there is one thing for sure that Niall Ivey is really good with, and that's making adjustments. So I'm sure she's going to go in that locker room at halftime and address, yes, you got to make your layups, but also trust their motion offense. They, all season long, have really been playing kind of a 5-out, cutting and moving, and not so much of that is happening tonight.
Marshall 1 for 2.
I bet you Kelly Harper doesn't want to go in at halftime. She wants this game to keep going with how the Lady Vols are shooting the basketball. See, here's the difference is see Tennessee executing, being patient, getting the ball from side to side, where it's like it's as if the Irish are sped up and not quite as crisp on the offensive end.
Tess Darby coming around.
She just jumped backwards a little bit on that one instead of going straight up and down.
Westbeld the kick out to Bransford.
See, the ball's getting stuck for Notre Dame.
Maddie Westbeld steps back. And a great box out by Destiny Wells. And then shakes the defender. Seven points for Wells. Put back by Marshall.
That'll take the wind out of your sail after you had such a great play by Wells. And Kelly Harper had said that of all the players on this team, she knew what she was going to get from Puckett, knew she was going to get from Powell. She needed Destiny Wells or Jillian Hollingshed to really step up on the offensive end.
That's going to be an offensive foul against KK Bransford.
I think Wells is getting comfortable and understanding she's got to be a scoring threat for her to keep it coast to coast and behind the back on Hidalgo and get the finish. That'll be a confidence booster for Destiny Wells.
In 3 seasons at Belmont, she averaged 18 points per game. Shot almost 40% from 3. She's got this season and one more to play at Tennessee. Westbeld comes down with the rebound. Shot clock still on.
Notre Dame could have gone. They got 2 for 1, but now they might as well hold it.
Natalia Marshall has scored 6 straight points for Notre Dame. Number 15 in Navy. Five seconds. That one helps out. Tennessee can take the last shot of the half. Hidalgo. Halftime here in
They're keeping Notre Dame in front, so you've got to screen and slip. You've got to be more disciplined in your offensive execution.
Jasmine Powell probing, sends it back to Jules Spear. Ten seconds inside to Hollingshed.
She's got to go score that.
Short on the shot. Maddie Westbeld, the turnaround is short, and Jasmine Powell with the rebound.
Tennessee very patient offensively.
Spear thought about the step back. It was deflected by Notre Dame. 5 seconds now. That's a 2 from Destiny Wells.
I think Wells is getting more and more comfortable knowing that she's an offensive option more than just a distributor.
That puts her at 9 points for the game. They had challenged her coming into the game to give them more offense. It's what she was known for at Belmont. This will stay with Notre Dame.
Nothing has come easy for the freshman today.
No. 6 points, 2 of 10 from the field. Again, this is Notre Dame's second big test of the season. The first was when they opened up against South Carolina to start the year in Paris. And Hannah Hidalgo had 31 points in that game.
Can you imagine that? 31 points in your
I watched it.
freshman debut against South Carolina. She was about the only one that was having any success offensively.
Spear. And Tennessee didn't leave it shot in the locker room at halftime.
Brought it back out on the bench.
Warmed it up. Kylie Watson from the elbow. Makes it go. She's at 6 points.
But now for Notre Dame to get back in this game, they got to put back-to-back stops. They've got to try to speed Tennessee up.
And Jillian Hollingshed with the turnover. Notre Dame is shorthanded tonight. Kassan Prosper is out, Olivia Miles still out, and Sonia Citron unavailable. For Tennessee, Rakia Jackson is out, and in fact, she's not here due to an illness.
Well, and Miles and Citron were 2 players that started last season for the Fighting Irish.
And Sonia Citron averaging 20 points per game. She's made 3 appearances, but dealing with that knee sprain since November 15th.
Here's the adjustment that Niele Ivey has made. So much of Tennessee's defense was focused on the guards. And so now what is Notre Dame doing? They're going inside. That's 2 trips in a row the ball has gone to Kylie Watson.
When you look at the first half, too, all 10 of Notre Dame's made field goals came inside, in the paint. Outside of the paint, they were 0 for 9. Tennessee ball. She stepped out of bounds.
Did you watch next possession for Notre Dame? How intentional is Notre Dame in getting the ball in the hands of Kylie Watson or Maddie Westbeld inside?
Strickland somehow grabs the pass. Some tough Notre Dame press, but they left Jewel Spear open. And she strikes again. There they go immediately inside to Kylie Watson. Beautiful move.
They decided, Notre Dame, to pull that press off. As hot as Tennessee is from the perimeter, you got to stay matched up.
Tennessee's already hit 2 threes in this quarter. Hidalgo pokes it free, and she's got an open lane to herself. And Hannah Hidalgo, just her 3rd made field goal. Her first bucket since the 5:47 mark in the first quarter.
Well, maybe that's the spark that'll get that freshman going.
Again, a player that has had 20 or more points in every game this year. Wells is fouled. The foul on Anna DeWolf for 3rd.
How does Hannah Hidalgo get her points all for defense and running in transition? She's not had many of those opportunities tonight. Will this kind of be a little bit of the kerosene to fire her up?
Look, I don't think anybody worries about this freshman. We were talking to her today. She grew up one of 6 kids, has 4 brothers. She said that's where the chip on the shoulder came from. I was playing with them, bloody noses. She goes, it wasn't me, it was them. They were getting the bloody nose.
Well, I asked her were there tears, and she said yes.
But not me.
That's right. I love that.
Her dad was her high school coach. She said she loved that. He was tough on her, but she liked it. And you know Niele Ivy's tough on her too here, running the point at Notre Dame.
Well, I believe that is why Hannah made the decision to come play. She wanted to be coached hard. She liked that challenge.
Her role became even bigger when Olivia Miles got injured on February 28th. Hidalgo talked to us about, she thought, I'm going to come in and it's going to be so much fun to run this team with Olivia Miles, and then suddenly it's all on her shoulders as Maddie Westbeld hits.
I'm keeping an eye on Olivia Miles because Hannah said that Olivia talks to her in the process of the game and gives her advice on what things she can do better.
Now, one of Olivia Miles' biggest strengths is her vision of the floor, how she sees the game and things develop. Puckett misses the turnaround, and it's Irish ball. And you feel a little more energy with the Irish. They're seeing more buckets go down. Olivia Miles there. No timetable for her return yet, has not played this season.
But she's learning while she's sitting over there. She said, I'm finding where I can score and where my passing paths can be.
Hidalgo driving in, and she'll get herself to the free throw line. Tennessee on top, but Notre Dame starting to figure things out here in Knoxville.
To try to cause a problem here in Knoxville.
Only 6 points for Hidalgo in the first half. She was 2 for 10 from the field, and now at the free throw line misses the first. Notre Dame came out of the locker room. They've made a bigger emphasis on getting the ball inside here in the second half.
Well, Notre Dame's leading Tennessee in the paint 28-18, plus 10. That's where they've gotten their success, is going inside.
Kaya Wynn setting it up back to Destiny Wells. Wells in trouble. They're saying jump ball. It'll stay with Tennessee. Only 7 seconds on the shot clock. Into Puckett. Wells from deep, misses everything. Wells will take a seat, Powell back in.
I'm watching to see if Notre Dame uses Kylie Watson in ball screen action. If the defense is going to play off of her, oh, they just went straight to post up Manny Westbell.
Snuck her underneath the basket right behind that Tennessee defense.
Notre Dame's cut it to 9.
Tennessee's led by as many as 14. Puckett's off. Marshall on the floor, jump ball, it's going to the Irish.
In the previous possessions, the Irish had gone up to the elbow. That time, with Marshall up top, it was Maddie Westbell, who's now playing the 3, snuck in and posted up down low.
Maddie Westbell, she told us, much more confident player, just going out there, wants to be a leader for this group. And having fun doing it. Westbell caught up in the double team. Puckett with the turnover and then gives it right back to the leading Steeler in the nation, up to Anna DeWolf.
Cut it to 7. I told you Neil Ivey was going to find a counter or make her adjustment. Now, how does Kelly Harper stop the bleed? You do it right there. Get Tess Darby, knock it down to 3.
Darby's got her second 3 of the night. They go right back to Maddie Westbell underneath. Notre Dame now finding an answer every time Tennessee scores. Pocket rejected by Westbell. Numbers for Notre Dame. Nat Marshall and Kelly Harper's going to call a timeout. Here come the Irish in the third quarter.
And then Neil Ivey, again, continuing to pound the ball inside and get those paint points that has helped Notre Dame chip away and cause this to be a 6-point game.
Notre Dame 9 for 10 in the third quarter from the field.
Wow.
That is 90%. Even I can do that math.
You're quick with it.
Yeah. And it's going to be Notre Dame ball.
Tennessee was so good in the first half of not allowing Notre Dame to get the ball inside. And really each defender keeping the ball in front. Now they're going to this zone. It's going to be tough.
It's 16 of Notre Dame's 19 points here in the third quarter have come in the paint.
Look, you found where the gold was. You keep going.
You did.
Keep mining.
Hidalgo trying to shake Powell. Bounces out, and Jasmine Powell is going to get fouled on the rebound. And that's going to be the 4th on Anna DeWolf. Excuse me, that's her 3rd. Powell shut down by the Notre Dame defense inside, and Hannah Hidalgo off to the races. Marshall running with her, and it pays off.
Oh, Hidalgo almost got another steal.
She just got turned up a little bit. Again, Hannah Hidalgo, number 3 in Navy, 1st in the nation in steals per game. Travel on Caroline Strickland.
Kylie Watson has been a monster inside for Notre Dame. shutting down where Tennessee was getting the easy post-ups, getting the drives. Watson has been there to be the denier for Notre Dame.
Tennessee has led by as many as 16. Notre Dame has cut that to 4. Brantford. Irish, no threes tonight so far. Powell can't drop in the layup, and this will stay with Tennessee.
Now, Tennessee's got to be very intentional when they decide to run. They don't need to get out of control. The clock's on their side, especially coming to the end of this third quarter.
Lady Vol ball. Tennessee has been outscored in the third quarter, 21-13. They have not scored in 2.5 minutes.
They overturned this call. Instead of Tennessee, it's gone to Notre Dame.
48.8 left in the quarter. Shot clock on.
You can go 2 for 1.
And an offensive foul on Natalia Marshall, her first. Tennessee won for its last 9. Stolen away by DeWolf. Wide open spaces for Anna DeWolf, the transfer from Fordham.
Turnovers now are becoming a problem for Tennessee.
They've had 4 turnovers in their last 5 minutes. They were doing so well with that in the first half. Powell looking for the last second bucket. The spin, going to the free throw line, count it. She has provided Tennessee a spark since she entered that starting lineup today.
Offensively, defensively, the attack, her ability to go off the bounce. She is the speed for the Lady Vols.
And that's the 4th foul on Anna DeWolf.
Now that's a problem because Notre Dame hadn't hit a 3 tonight, but Anna DeWolf is one of the threats, which would allow, without her on the floor, for Tennessee to really pack it in the paint defensively. She's got 3 steals. This is a woman that on the season has averaged 6.3 steals a game.
So what adjustments do you make if you're Tennessee?
Well, they've got to just be more deliberate and patient offensively. But you also have to play to win. You can't play hesitant.
That's a 3-second violation on Tennessee. Notre Dame was able to score 6 points off of 5 Tennessee turnovers in the third quarter.
And this big lineup for Notre Dame has been big.
Literally.
Having Nat Marshall, Maddie Westbelt, and Kylie Watson on the floor at the same time.
It was deflected by Powell. Hidalgo corrals it. Maddie Westbelt. Notre Dame still without a 3 tonight. Wells feeding Hollingshed, trying to get around Watson. And she draws the foul on Kylie Watson. That's her second. Hollingshed, the only Lady Vol to play that has not scored tonight.
And she has that potential. Hollingshed, with her size and strength, I want to see her be more of an aggressive scoring threat.
One rattles out. Well, Saturday, don't miss all the excitement leading up to the 2023 SEC Championship game. We start with Marty and McGee, then SEC Nation at 1. all getting you ready for Georgia and Alabama. After the game, you can join the SEC football final crew for a full post-game review at 8 Eastern, both on the SEC Network and the ESPN app. ACC-SEC Challenge, the first of its kind. 5 games today, 9 games tomorrow. This one has certainly been good.
Oh, I thought there was a lot of contact on that drive right there. As Maddie Westbell turned the corner hard, I thought Sarah Puckett got her. Usually when the defense, the arms go down, the official will whistle that up.
Westbell coming around off the screen, makes it look pretty.
You can tell the confidence on that shot, left it up, the follow through up top.
Maddie Westbell has really been working with Carlos Knox, their new director of player development. He's helped her really grow that confidence. That's going to be a foul on Jillian Hollingshed as KK Bransford takes some hard contact. That's the second on Hollingshed.
Do the sprint of Hannah Hidalgo to go congratulate the effort by Bransford. Love the hustle, the stick-to-itiveness. How about that?
You're just making up stuff.
Oh, but you knew what I meant.
You had that look in your eye. Something was coming out of your mouth, so it was going to be wild.
Hey, it's only game 2 of us together so far.
All right, Maddie Westbell. She's up to 12.
Well, Tennessee had the experience against Oklahoma. It was a back-and-forth game. They were able to grind it out. Can they protect home court?
Jasmine Powell went flying. That's the first on Maddie Westbell. College Football Conference Championship weekend kicks off Friday night. Oregon and Washington in the Pac-12 title game at 8 Eastern. Oklahoma State and Texas at the Big 12. Louisville and Florida State for the ACC crown. And then Sunday at noon on ESPN, the exclusive reveal of the final college football rankings. KK Bransford with the response on the other end. 1-point game.
Tennessee has been in control this whole entire game. They've got to score this possession.
Led by as many as 16. Puckett overshoots.
That was too quick.
And then just off the fingertips of Maddie Westbell.
We saw Kylie Watson pat the freshman and said, that's okay. You know, it's running in transition, but every possession counts right now.
Powell around the bigger defender, Kylie Watson. She's got 10.
See, Powell's quickness, you got to take advantage of that.
She's coming off a season high 19 points, including the game winner against Oklahoma. Hidalgo drives and kicks. Back to Marshall. Got it.
Oh, buckle up. We in for a good one tonight.
1-point game again.
I'd give the ball to Stripling right there.
She's posting hard.
Yeah, most times when she gets it down there, she can get herself to the free throw line.
Like that.
Got Jasmine Powell attacking now. Tennessee going after those paint points. And then Nat Marshall at the top of the key. The scoring back and forth. Both of these teams got to lock in defensively. And I think the key is for both teams defensively to keep the ball out of the paint and to keep their opponents from right there at the free throw line.
Caroline Stripling gets the first. points for Strickland.
That's big for Strickland because she is 56% from the free throw line this year. Those are big free throws.
Back to Watson. And I think Strickland got a hand on it. It stays with Notre Dame.
And it looks like Tennessee is in sort of a box and one or sagging man to protect the drive.
That was Sarah Puckett that got it. It's hard to tell if Notre Dame actually touched it last. You give Nat Marshall all kinds of chances. She's going to finish. She's up to 13, one of 3 Irish in double figures. Strickland working around Kylie Watson because she knows Watson has 3 fouls.
Yeah, keep going inside. Strickland has had success once she gets the ball down low.
4 Lady Vols in double figures tonight. Watson can't finish. Good kick out to win. Notre Dame ball.
Caroline Strickland wanting the ball down low against Kylie Watson and doing a nice job coming around with that little right-hand scoop shot.
Her mom, Carrie, was her high school basketball coach. She actually played AAU with her now teammate, Sarah Puckett, #1 for Tennessee.
See, I don't know why Notre Dame didn't take advantage. Bransford with Wells on her. She should go post her up.
Marshall corrals it and puts it through. Back to a 1-point lead for Tennessee, under 5 to go. Notre Dame has cut it to 1 4 times in the last 3 minutes. The Irish shooting 60% from the field in the second half.
And they've gotten aggressive on the glass. They are +8 rebounding in this second half. Now Kylie Watson went to the bench with 4 fouls. She was big presence inside for the Irish.
Maddie Westbelt comes up with the rebound. They've out-rebounded Tennessee here in the second half. And a DeWolf in the short corner. First lead since it was 9-8 for the Irish.
I like that cross screen, but you got to be ready to make the pass to Strickland.
Powell crushed it. Tennessee retakes the lead.
Anna DeWolf has been strapped with some foul trouble. Having her available in the second half has been huge, but nobody has been bigger than Jasmine Powell, inserting her to the starting lineup, and she has not taken her foot off the gas.
Up behind the head there for Hannah Hidalgo, and we're tied at 64.
And Maddie Westbelt and Sarah Puckett are going at it, both trying to gain the advantage. Ooh, Hidalgo snuck in. Once she put it in, inbounded, then choose the option.
Boop. Right up over her head. Second foul whistled against Maddie Westbelt. Sarah Puckett at the line. Well, an exciting lineup for women's hoops tomorrow as the ACC-SEC Challenge continues. South Carolina, North Carolina. Heard that game is sold out, right?
That's right.
Then Virginia Tech and LSU with Angel Reese returning. That's tomorrow on ESPN. An important game for both of these teams. Hidalgo, still no threes for the Irish. Tennessee's 4th-ranked opponent of the season, the 2nd for Notre Dame, their 2nd biggest test. Powell can't finish coast to coast. Back the other way. DeWolf.
Here's what's going to be interesting. You got a freshman point guard for Notre Dame. You've got veterans that run the point for Tennessee. Down the stretch, decision-making is going to be important.
Nat Marshall steps up, and they get the offensive foul call. Notre Dame calls timeout.
Mismatch. You've got Destiny Wells guarding her on the perimeter. Why not move her in, dive her in on the block?
Notre Dame with 2 timeouts left, Tennessee with 3. Off the back of the iron by Marshall. Westfeld with the hustle, but gives it back to Tennessee. Lady Vols turn it right back over. And then DeWolf is fouled by Jasmine Powell.
See, that was a big mistake on Destiny Wells' part. They have possession of the ball, and as they come down, trying to get it to Powell, but they turn it over. And Wolf, I think, got away with a little bit on skates. Yep. She slid underneath.
Anna DeWolf, limited minutes in this game due to foul trouble. That puts her at 9 points. Up to double figures now. 5 players for Notre Dame in double figures. And here comes Kylie Watson back in the game, number 22 in Navy.
What that means is Notre Dame now going with the big lineup.
But she's got 4 fouls.
That's true, but rebounding has been so vital in this game, especially this second half.
If you're Tennessee, how do you not give it to Striplin, who's facing Watson right now?
I don't understand. They need to go to her.
Or take the open lane to the basket.
Right.
And the response from Hidalgo.
Hey, fearless is the best way to describe number 3 in blue for Notre Dame.
Anna Hidalgo held to 6 points in the first half. She has had to earn all 13 of those points tonight. 7 rebounds, 7 assists. Six seconds. Jewel Spear. Powell trying to give herself some room. Airballs it.
Notre Dame's ball, they
Yes.
got to bring it the distance because you're still not under a minute to advance it.
And they didn't call that timeout, but it doesn't matter because it's not under a minute.
But I'm with you, Courtney. Kylie Watson's got 4 fouls. You got to keep an eye on her.
But offensively, what does Notre Dame need to do?
Ball screen. You ball screen and then get into a high-low action. But you see Caroline Strickland, she's really playing controller down low.
Marshall's looking for Watson, can't get it there because she's covered up by Strickland. Guess who can though? KK Bransford. Notre Dame has the lead, under a minute to go.
But now, going back to Kylie Watson, I'd go to Caroline Strickland down low.
Yes.
Going to call timeout, advance it, now that it's under a minute.
Jewel Spear to inbound for Tennessee on the far side.
You just want to make sure that Jasmine Powell. Oh, a foul.
Hidalgo fouls Powell. That'll put her at the free throw line.
You want to try to keep Powell from catching the basketball because she has been a problem for Notre Dame.
And Powell with 13 points. She's a 76% free throw shooter. 1 for 1 from the charity stripe today. Misses the first. Tennessee within 1.
And Notre Dame doesn't burn a timeout. Just want to handle the pressure because they are in control. Tennessee's going to have to foul.
And they will. That'll put Anna DeWolf at the line.
DeWolf is the lowest free throw shooter. A little under 67% from the free throw line.
But she's 2 for 2 today.
Kelly Harper's got to be thinking timeout.
So Tennessee will take its final timeout. They will advance the basketball and inbound on the far side near their bench with 24-point inbound. Wells back to Sarah Puckett for 3. And Maddie Westbeld crashes the glass.
Right, we got a foul called down here.
It's on Sarah Puckett of Tennessee.
They're going to have to look. I think, did any time go off the clock?
Brian Hall is over at the monitor right now.
I think when the foul was called, maybe put another second back on the clock.
So just a common foul on Sarah Puckett. Clock held at 10.8. And Maddie Westbeld knocking them down at the free throw line.
Well, Notre Dame doesn't have, they just want to be smart. Get a stop, hold it, because Tennessee's going to have to foul.
Coming in, we knew this would be the biggest test for Notre Dame since that opener against South Carolina in Paris, France. They trailed by 16 points in this game, and they did it without 3 players. Kassan Prosper, Olivia Miles, and Sonia Citron all out, and they've come back.
And the adjustment Neil Ivey made with this Irish team of going inside, specifically to the post players. I'm sure she challenged her team to battle on the glass and rebound. It's been an incredible comeback.
Hidalgo with the steal, won't get the last second bucket to fall, but Notre Dame on the road facing all kinds of adversity. They come back from trailing by 16 points, and they've got their first ranked win of the season.
Paint points. Notre Dame